Good evening once again, pretend football fans. My name is Sike and with me, as always, when I'm not trapped in terrible situations, is Maul. We have a pretty jam-packed show.
We absolutely do. It's very exciting. And I have to say, I'm very happy to have you back here. I see you've made it here apparently right from the gym.
This old thing? No, this is actually, it was a gift from former Arbats owner, Bub Flipper.
Oh, I remember Bub Flipper.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
I think he's still in jail in Russia, actually.
Well, who hasn't been in a Russian jail?
That's certainly not me.
We have some really exciting pretend football to discuss today. These teams are really grappling with the last few weeks, only 6 weeks to go.
That's right.
And some teams are rising to the occasion. Some are floundering in the basement.
There are a lot of dumpster fires this year. I'm looking at some teams. We will actually be covering, we'll be covering one of them, at least two of them. So,
For sure.
Absolutely. I suppose we should get started. Well, we have an interesting dissection for you tonight. This particular game that lays upon my table is Funky Butt Lovin' at home versus the Georgia O'Keeffe Vagina Flowers. Well, Blue Oyster Memorial Stadium was in its flaming glory holistic preparation to face the ever-pulsating Pistons of the Vagina Flowers as they seek to pollinate pain perpetually in the NJCFFL's most friendly stadium. The Butt Boys were led by Deshaun, the private dancer Watson, who tangoed up 21.1 points onto the board, and following his lead, Ramondre Hayes Sailor Boy Stevenson added 20.9 to the pile. Giggity. Stefan, can you dig it? Diggs slotted 19.6 for 10 points. And Deontay Long Johnson was the only Steeler to score any points, as you'll soon find out. 18.5, by the way, for old Long Johnson. The Flowers wheeled out their most powerful weapon, kicker points.
Kicker points!
Yes! Daniel, the total bouquet Carlson, put up 14 kicker points. 14. And, is that, well, I regret to inform you that age-old football vaudeville act, Pickett and Pickens, managed 12.8 points combined. That's this one, added together. That should tell you about the fate of the rest of the roster. Awful, just so bad. Just so bad. Not even the sturdy knees of Chubba Hubbard could balance the swaying V Flowers as their entire stack of pretend football players wilted and collapsed like a bad rose bush. Well, the final score, FBL 106.75 versus 66.9 for the V Flowers, who find themselves in the unenviable position that no owner wants to find themselves in. Not only are they the lowest scoring team in the league, and yes, that is correct. That means the Cooter Institute Beavers score more points than the Vagina Flowers. Think about that. Let that percolate for a second. Let those flavors mix. And it forms just a truly disgusting lemonade. Well, look, not only that, but the V Flowers, they're going to have to win every single game from now until playoffs. And even then, even after that Herculean feat, they probably won't get into the playoffs. Well, I guess it seems like Coach Marion will have to settle for a frost seeding and begin looking at next season to bloom once again. Well, it appears that Funky Butt Lovin' does remember the old adage, it gets hot at the rear end. You know, one game out of first place against the Stinky Pinkies, FBL may yet be able to prove that a power bottom can indeed become a power top. Let's move on with the show.
Well, in something that none of us here at PSBN thought would happen, the Cooter Wolves, fresh off releasing Sike Manders from his imprisonment, have defeated Kotkal. Kylan has lost.
In a public announcement for the league at large, for all of you owners, the trade deadline is Saturday, November 18th. That will no doubt still shock some of you somehow.
Yeah, you would think with the season being as as long as it's been, that these teams would know that the free agency is every week. And, the trade deadline looms large.
Sure.
There have been some fantastic deals that have happened, including one that just took place recently. Tyreek Hill, a superstar in pretend football,
sure.
He was traded away from the Cooter Wolves to the keys to victory for Tony the Mallard Pollard and Christian the Sidekick Watson. It's like, how do you feel about that?
Well, all right, look. I do know that Tyreek Hill has scored pretend points before.
Yeah, he's good.
I've seen him. I remember seeing his name out there. Who I have never heard of is Christian Watson. Didn't he kick around with Sherlock Holmes, little fat guy, mustache? It's probably not.
Probably not.
Probably a different guy. Look, hey, I don't know every player. I don't know most players, but
I don't know if you know any players.
I do know Tyreek Hill. Trade good. All right. I mean, look, let's talk about what's really important here, the name stock. All right. Tyreek Hill is a good start. There's a lot you could do with that. If your team has stuff to do with elevation, Tyreek Hill can play very nicely into that. Or
sure.
Engineering.
Sure.
Hey, that's a great name. But let me tell you, Tony Pollard. That Tony's short, we know scientifically that is short for Anthony or Antonio.
Correct.
Pile that up with Pollard. The guy's last name is Pollard. That's easy to work with. It's Clay in Sike's hands. And Christian Watson, well, you heard before. I made the joke. He's a little fat guy with a mustache.
Yeah. But it's an exciting deal, and there are probably some more deals to come. Get into those waiver wires. Get into that trade chatter. The league needs you. And you know what? There's a lot of teams, like we said before, that are close, packed in together. You got to find a way to separate yourselves and maim one of the bad teams on the way out.
Oh, absolutely. There's going to be an owner who will let you take advantage of their bad season by sniping up one or two of their players, possibly to just avoid mockery on PSBN.
It's absolutely possible. I mean, but not from the Beavers. They're just bad.
I don't think there are any changes that can be made that can help the Beavers.
Yeah. It's been a fantastic week here in PSBN. We had some firsts and some great things to come, I'm sure, in the next few weeks.
Oh, absolutely.
My word of the week is excitement. I am excited for what is to come. Here we are, 5 weeks left in the season. Some divisions are still very much up in the air.
Sure, absolutely.
And I think that we've got some really fantastic pretend football in front of us.
Well, my prop of the week does happen to represent what's going to happen in the future. This is a level, people. Eventually, all of these divisions are going to level out. We're going to see the chaff fall, and we're going to see the cream rise to the top.
Can I touch it?
No, you're not on that level.
Huh.
But I am on that level. Well, we would absolutely love it if you liked, commented, and subscribed. Or Lawrence can keep screaming at me in the comments, I guess.
Yeah, he seems to be taking it out on you as if there's like a personal vendetta.
There might be a few there.
Is that Janine's new husband?
I can't believe that you would bring that up on a live broadcast. We'll settle things later. Well, look. Now that my mood is ruined, from all of us at PSBN, this has been Pretend Football Now. I really can't believe that you would. That's so unprofessional.
I'm just saying, if he is the guy, maybe we should call Dr. Fung.
Craig,
somebody.
Cut it. Cut.
John Philip Sousa decided that would be the Piccolo would be the star.
I'll simply die if I don't have more Piccolos over here.
That's right. I've got a fever.
And the only prescription is more Piccolo.